get a free CGB Shark token when you use the promo code CGB5 at checkout on any order at CoolStuffInc.com. That's promo code CGB5 at CoolStuffInc.com, and a big thank you to them for sponsoring my channel. You're cool. Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's my 898th day in the streak. Yes, I misspoke yesterday. I said 96. It was 97. Now it's 898. Trust me, I have accountants to keep track of this. Armies of highly paid accountants who figure out exactly where the streak is at. But today I get to reveal to you a new deck, which I think could be very competitive in the meta and very fun in a way that decks haven't been in a while. I call it Blood Money. Here comes the flash. It's a Kaya the Inexorable Blood on the Snow deck. And for those who want to know what I mean by Blood Money, Kaya is a ghost assassin. You hire her, she kills things. So that is an assassin. This is the card Blood on the Snow. And this is Skullport Merchant, which implies something to do with money. Even Elite Spellbinder implies something to do with taxes. So for me, Blood Money is a very easy name for the deck. And it's just a little saucy, just a little spicy, just a little attention grabbing. We'll see when the thumbnail hits you guys. But let's talk about the card choices for the deck and the new cards specifically. So Skullport Merchant, 2 and a black for a 1 and a 4 dwarf citizen. When it enters the battlefield, create a treasure. 1 and a black, sacrifice another creature or a treasure and draw a card. It's a pushed Sailor of Memes, and Sailor of Memes was a card in its day that saw almost no play, but I still ran it in my Yorion Brawl decks. Still do run it in my Yorion Historic Brawl decks. But the 1/4 body in this particular format, it blocks a lot of things. A lot of things. 2 mana, 3/3, no problem. 1/4. Just don't Blizzard Brawl me. And it does create value on the way in, giving you a treasure that you can use to ramp into a 5 or a 6 drop. We'll get to that. But in the late game, and believe it or not, despite the low curve of the deck, this deck does hit the late game. Sacrificing your treasures and your creatures that are mostly fodder and drawing a bunch of cards is sweet. This card also combines really well with Kaya in that whenever a ghost form counters on something, a creature, and you sacrifice it, you get the creature back and you get a card and you get a spirit. It's just value overload. To play along with the theme, we've got 4 copies of Deadly Dispute and 4 copies of Shambling Ghast as our other new cards. You saw the Shambling Ghast Deadly Dispute combo in the Rakdos video that I made before, and it's still just as good here, ramping you into your 5-drop, killing off a Luminar Gas Pirate on turn 2, or just doing various other things to keep the card advantage flowing for the deck. What are we ramping into? What's the 5-drop here? It's not a Goldspan Dragon. Are there decks with 5-drops that aren't Goldspan Dragon? It's Kaya the Inexorable. Kaya's been underrated since coming out as she's lived in Eldraine's shadow, but maybe she's a better card than people realize. When you combine her with creatures, the ghost form counters are insanely annoying. Whenever the creature dies or is put into exile, it comes back to the hand and you get a 1/1 spirit and you get to play it again from the hand, so possibly getting to tax or learn again. Then they die to get that effect, so you get these death benefits too, and Skullport Merchant kind of helps smooth it all along in the mid to late game. But the real juice is the -3 exile target non-land permanent. We've taken that for granted because we've lived in a world where all the removal is cheap and good, but now it's kind of hard to find something that removes absolutely everything. We have Vanishing Verse in this deck, which is really good, the best 2-mana removal spell in the format, but that still misses a lot of stuff. Lots of multicolored things, Faceless Haven, like there's a lot of things that this doesn't get. And while Kaya doesn't get Faceless Haven, it does help you create this endless stream of blockers with the +1 to get in front of the Haven, and the -3 takes out literally anything sitting around on the battlefield, like a leveled up Ranger class or an Asika's Chariot if you're worried about mono green. So just having Kaya around exiling lots of stuff is great. So what do we have to do? We have to keep getting Kaya back. 4 copies of Blood on the Snow. Blowing up our creatures is usually not a problem. We get a lot of benefits from their death. Bringing them back is usually a good thing. We get ETB triggers. Or we just keep bringing back Kaya. Over and over and over, bringing back Kaya. And exiling all of their things and making our threats persistent. It's a game of small advantage that's been lost in Magic the Gathering since Embercleave started to swing. Because the games since Eldraine's release have been snowbally. We've all been hoping to get back to more Magic fundamentals. I think this deck, if it can be competitive, is exactly that. And so far, a little preview, I found it to be nothing but competitive. It's actually been one of the best decks I've played in a while, so I think you'll enjoy the video. But without further ado, let's dive in. Let the blood money nonsense begin. Well, we don't have a 1-drop to go with the dispute, which is sad, but I'm going to keep the end anyway because we have Verse and Spellbinder to try to keep the opponent from running us over. Beautiful. That's how we do. That is how we do it. Blue-red. The dragons. You wouldn't want to wake the dragon, would you? Well, we don't want to get dispute countered. It's kind of one of the best things we can be doing. So I'm just going to main phase this baby. And get you out. We didn't find another land, so these sciences might really come in handy. Yeah. No counters. Just negates. This'll be fun. This'll be fun. So what did they foretell? It must be an all-runs epiphany. So we're gonna have to give them the creature beating of their life. I guess they could draw a Jwari. Man. Just take a little something from them and it all falls apart. I do think 2 negates in this meta. I mean, maybe they're the only 2 in the deck, but if you're running a lot of negate in this meta, that's gotta be greedy. They found something. Dragon's Fire, huh? See, they don't have the mana for the dragon yet. Are they going to counter that? Nope. They do not counter that. Yeah, Vanishing Verse isn't going to be any good against them because of these negates. You just got to get them dead or close to dead. Kaya also gets negated. Pretty frustrating. There's the Epiphany. At least they had to do it before the dragon, but now they hit land, they can play the dragon. Classic. Interesting that they didn't play the dragon there, though. Very strange. All right, then we got 2 negates. One costs 4, one costs 2. We are short a mana, but if we somehow turn these into treasures, we get there. We have to turn them into treasures, though, without paying mana for it. We have to. Beautiful. Didn't expect them to be that worried. Let's see, if they make another treasure, they have to sacrifice one to cast the negate. And then the Kaya doesn't make a treasure? So I'd rather have the Kaya. So they make the mana, they cast the expensive negate. Or the one from hand, I guess? Weird. That's got to make him feel pretty bad, though. They have to know when we make that play, we've got something up our sleeve. Top decker removal for Kaya, okay. And they have a counter for the other one. Going for 2. Skullport beatdown, commence. Nothing. Card up. Blood in the Snow. Ooh, okay. Interesting card in the face of negate Blood on the Snow. What do you guys think? Do we just make them play the negate here so that the Blood on the Snow is more likely to resolve? It's very unlikely we can resolve 2 of these, right? So I think we just have to eat this negate. I also think it's very likely the card in their hand is also a counterspell, but could be a bluff. Could be a bluff. Dragon Turtle. You want to tap a merchant? Okay. Top of the deck. How good does it treat you? Selecting a target. Dragon's Fire doesn't kill it, though. What does 4 damage? Ha! That does. Nice top decks. We hit the Haven. I think we should play the Blood on the Snow while we can. I don't know, they might take it, if it's gonna die anyway.
If you want a job done right, hire
Nice draw. Woo! Okay. Hard mode is fully engaged. No all runs epiphanies, please. Please, no all runs epiphanies. Oh my gosh, hold on to your butts. The last 3 top decks in a row have been amazing, but they're gonna scoop it up because the next 3 were not so hot. All right, the early plays that we talked about, a little removal, and the big play. That's a draw. Do we want to ramp really hard, or do we want to learn really hard? Let's ramp. Arctic Tree Line. Green and white, what do you got there? Emergent Sequence. So that'll be a 2/2. Can't kill it. Do we want to set up for the Spellbinder? Because we don't have to play the Dispute here. I guess Spellbinder trying to slow down a ramp deck is a really good idea. I wish I had a way to just reach out and kill this, but I suppose I'll let these chill back and see if the opponent wants to trade. More likely they'll use it for mana. The Tangled Veil. And boom, straight to Redain. Nasty. But this gets around it. So what's in here? We got Toski, Bearer of Secrets, Oranreef Ooze, Ranger Class, and Inscription of Abundance. Well, taking the Toski here, the opponent's welcome to attack. I will gladly block them. The Inscription of Abundance lets them use the Redain to, or the Forest to kill the Spellbinder. I don't think they want to do that. Ranger Class? I mean, just making that more expensive, is that the play? It is probably the most annoying card. The card here that demands to be exiled most is Toski. The next most deserving card is Ranger Class. Let's go with the Class. I'm not sure if that's right. The good news is we have ways to exile the Toski, and we have ways to exile the Ranger class itself. We probably have to exile the Redain to get there, though. Although we can make a lot of mana. Like, this makes 2 treasures, this draws 2 cards. We might be able to cast things through Redain if things really work out. I wouldn't be surprised if they slammed a Toski. But yeah, tough turn for them. You grow the Redain. If you do, well, I just double block it anyway. Use Inscription of Abundance to, like, add 2 +1/+1 counters and fight the Spellbinder. You fought the Spellbinder with the Forest. Okay. So what does that mean they're going to do next turn? We should take the damage for sure. Because next turn they want to play Toski and they want to get somewhere with it. We really need to hit the land, don't we? Too bad. See if we can cheese a point of damage here since we're going to sacrifice the Twitch. Alright, got some mana. This is going to enter the battlefield tapped because of the Redain. So, if we know we want to kill Redain, we could verse this now. But then we'd just have 1 mana available. It's not like having 1 mana available is going to help us very much. Here's Toski. Interesting, they attacked with the... Like, I can block with the Ghast and kill the Toski. I could also make a treasure. We do want to play Blood on the Snow and blow up this creature at some point. But I think we'll get there without it. Let's just go ahead and kill Toski here. Alright, we're out of things with Deadly Dispute. This can't hit non-land. So we need to kill this thing first, and it's not colored. So this land is surprisingly obnoxious, but let's go ahead and go get our snow land. Get it onto the battlefield. And then we have Blood on the Snow next turn. 4/4 land. Kind of a pain. And now Ranger class is on the field. Let's go ahead and exile the class itself. That card turns into a lot of trouble. Blow those up, get back Spellbinder. Make you pay more for your jelly. Nice. Opponent slams the 2/2 creature. But it's not protected from exile.
When I say go, go.
What you gonna do? What do you do about the Kaya? Power up the land. The 2/2, so you can go kill the Kaya. Eats a lot of their turn, though.
Look, I can't do everything.
We'll get it back eventually. Plus, we have 4 in the deck. I'm in no big rush. Let's send a message with the Spellbinder, but since we're not quite the beatdown, let's go ahead and then sacrifice it and get some fresh cards. Nice. Do it again. Just keep the sadness coming. Sparring Regimen. Or the Ooze. I guess I don't want them to play the Regimen. I'm okay with them playing the Ooze, so let's make it harder. Plus this gets a learn card, so make double spelling harder too. We can sack the treasure to draw another 2, but we can wait. Maybe the opponent will draw removal and try to interact with this. Okay, interesting. They're going in for the Regimen. And they've got the mana to cast it. Well, Blood on the Snow is ready and waiting. There's a merchant. And another Blood on the Snow. Spam them, baby. Love it. Man, this card can be some serious value when you have a lot of mana. Might as well draw a card now, see if it changes anything. I don't want to play the second one, though. Probably just sacking this, then Blood on the Snow next turn, get back Kaya, play the other one. Cards. Cards. Ooh. Oh, it's beautiful, actually. We'll get Kaya now. Play our other merchant. Get the ghost form counter onto it. Now if it dies or gets exiled, comes back to my hand and I get a 1/1 spirit. So the merchant will be open for business for a good amount of time. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? Oran Reef Ooze. Opponent's deck is, you know, green, white, +1/+1 counters. Probably really misses Conclave Mentor, a card that never got to do its thing in Standard. Just lived with Bone Crusher Giant the whole time. It's pretty sad. They get reduced to memory, which can take a Kaya out. So, do we minus this Kaya? It's probably gonna die. Getting rid of the Ooze seems pretty good move. Pretty good move. Let's draw a card first. See if it's any good. Counters do double up, so we could put another like counter on one of these, but what we can also do here is sacrifice like the gas to the merchant after having a counter. I'm going to showcase some of this stuff, even though exiling the Ooze might be the more prudent play because it's a good threat. But you can do this. This will force the reduce to memory, by the way. Then you can do this. And we'll make another treasure. If you can chain these a few times, sometimes you can even kill larger creatures with the ability. Oh yeah, just feel the value. Even if you're just drawing lands, it just adds more and more to the merchant's abilities. There isn't another Kaya in the graveyard, so this getting exiled. We're gonna have to get this one into the graveyard if it is to die. Too bad this doesn't sacrifice planeswalkers. Do you wanna mingle, Oozy Ooze? Do you wish to die? Luminarch, okay. That is kind of cool. Maybe they have another inscription. Let's take a chance, though. Pretty nice. Pretty nice little removal spell that also draws a card here. Third straight land. No attacks. Wow. And this thing goes up to 5. I guess they think we would multi-block. Oh no. I thought that was end of turn. My bad. I'll shut up. So I could get rid of my treasure to draw a card. I guess I don't need it very much. How many cards have we drawn from this card? It takes patience to see it through. It does take a while to do this, but man, man, is it a lot of value. Need a lot of black mana to do all this Skullport merchant nonsense. That was enough. That was enough. I did question. It will be a question as we play this deck. How much can they take? Well, the hand goes 2-drop, 3-drop, maybe into Kaya Blood on the Snow at some point. Let's hang on to it, see what happens. Opponent might come out fast and furious, and Paladin classes on the case. Don't be confused by the weird mana costs during our opponent's turn. Let's go ahead and get the lands onto the battlefield here. Could have Vanishing Verse this, but I'm going to save that a little longer. Make sure we hit land drops. No Redains? Like, Redain is like the nastiest card, so I'm trying to hold a verse for that. That's it is what it is. It is what it is, everybody. All right, black, white. So we're gonna verse this at some point, but we don't need to verse it just now. We can play our 1/4. If we verse it next turn, we can play another land and play Sciences or Professor of some blah blah blahs. So yeah, let's get our 3-drop onto the field, even though it might get Skyclave Apparitioned. It's a very good blocker as well. Thick booty for a merchant. All right, put those counters on the Redain. Portable Hole. Going for the Professor. Funky. Very funky. Yeah, we're going to need this Blood on the Snow quick. Let's hope there's only one Redain. Jeez. Relentless. All right, so we have to blow up Redain. Let's go ahead and do it now. They're on empty here. And then we can play, well, we have to play a tap land at some point anyway. Maybe blowing up Redain isn't the right move. We want to do it right before the Blood in the Snow, so if they have another one, they can't get away with it. So let's see, if I cast that, then I get to Kaya the next turn for sure. If I get to Kaya, when do we get to Blood in the Snow? I guess I do want Kaya before the Blood on the Snow. All right, we're going with the exile your Redain. Play this land. Go get that land. Tough decision. We're gonna always play this tap next turn, play Professor Sim blah blah blah. Here comes the Paladin class doing its thing. Everybody gets rumbles. 4/4 Clarion Spirit, huh? No blocks. We're not gonna do this next turn. Second Kaya, pretty good. Let's go ahead and give the opponent something to attack, shall we? Just go ahead and get rid of their Paladin class.
And stay gone.
Uh-oh. Faceless Haven got frisky. Faceless Haven heard there was a party and hadn't been invited. Does not care about Kaya. Easy block. Does not care about Kaya. Bold.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
If we play the Professor and go get another Environmental Sciences, then we go up to 9 and we have 2 blockers. So we can block here, here. The opponent hits for 5. They have Paladin class, they hit for 8, 9. It's really close to lethal, actually, but they can't play Paladin class leveled up and play Haven, so we would survive that. We could play second Kaya and exile, like the Clarion Spirit. What does that do? Then we get a Kaya back with Blood in the Snow, but I don't know if that matters. All right, I'm going with this play. When in doubt, gain a little life. Just make sure you get to your next turn. Frisky Haven. Counter on the flyer, probably. They might go after Kaya this time, because it's about to have a relevant minus. How am I going to block? I could block in a way to maximize the merchant. so that it's on the battlefield next turn when we cast Blood in the Snow, and then we have a 1/1 left over afterwards. If we still, it depends on if we have the Kaya or not. If we still have the Kaya, we get back a creature anyway. No regard. No regard. All right, so since we'll still have the Kaya, we'll block like this. Preserve life total. Get a 1/1. Get the Merchant in hand. So, we could use this Kaya's ability, then Blood in the Snow. Let's see. I guess there's no point, right? We may as well just Blood in the Snow and get back the creature. So we'll attack. Professor, go get Mascot Exhibition. We can get second Professor by getting rid of our Kaya, or we can keep our Kaya, put a counter on this, so there will definitely be a blocker for the Faceless Haven. Even if they exile it, we get the 1/1. And they say good game. And that's that. 2 Deadly Disputes that we can't really play, but we've got Verse and Spellbinder on the draw. Spellbinder on the draw makes me a little uncomfortable, but I'll keep. If we draw an Eye Twitcher or a Shambling Ghast, like, this hand's amazing, so... No. If I draw one, opponent. Jeez. What are you doing over there? Trying to steal my thunder. My goodness, some people have all the luck. Unfortunately, it's not the quickest clock in the world. Now we'll see what the opponent's working with in the hand. All right, Orcus, Prince of Undeath, Exodus, and the Goldspan Dragon. So we're going to have another play next turn with another Spellbinder. Right now, the Goldspan Dragon's the only thing that gets hit by the Verse. So we definitely want one of these, and it's got to be this one. Need to make that one cost a little bit more. We don't dare block. Our Deadly Disputes do nothing as it is. So, we can hold up the Verse for this dragon. We could just play another Spellbinder and hit it, though. I think we need to hit the Exodus at some point, though. I think Exodus is a pretty dangerous card. Go ahead and drop this. The opponent might have the read on the Vanishing Verse, but we'll make them figure that out. And the good news is we have Deadly Dispute that we can play if they don't play the dragon. Okay, they're just going to go for Orcus. Sacrifice everything. X equals 1. Let's see, they still have to put the trigger on the stack, right? I can make sure it's the right trigger. Obviously it would be. All right. Kind of mean that they went for the Orcus there. Good play by them. We're going to have to find a solution. Spellbinder can block it, though. It's not the worst. All right, Treasure Central over here. And we'll tax the dragon, make them at least pay a lot to do it. They're looking at the graveyard. That means they drew another Orcus, I think. But I guess we'll see. Maybe they're also thinking they can get stuff back with the Exodus, which is a pretty big pain in the butt, too. If they drew a spell, yeah, they can every time they play a spell, they can return a non-legendary creature card from graveyard to hand. So that might be what they're looking at. All they had to do was draw a spell there. And they go in for the gold span. Let's see if they attack with both. Okay. I wanted them to feel pretty strong. We're giving them an extra treasure with this line, but I wanted them to feel pretty strong about swinging in with the gold span and the Extus. So they get a extra treasure from the experience, unfortunately. We fall to 11. Play this. And we'll play this. I think we'll leave open some mana. We could cast the Sciences, but I'm not in a rush. Good thing this is a legendary creature so that they can't get it back with the Extus. Another dragon? Gross. Come on, man. Did we have to? Is that what we had to do? We're going to have to draw more removal. We do have a lot of exile removal. We just have to get it. So far we've drawn a lot of land. We need the Kayas and the Blood on the Snows. Kaya Blood on the Snow loops will break this up very convincingly. Uh-huh. And what's the ability? X equals 1. If they get rid of this, we get to learn. Each other creature gets minus X. Okay, so we can do this now. We don't have anything to get back yet with the Confront the Past, so I guess I'm taking the Exhibition. Still no Kaya. No Blood on the Snow, no Kaya. Pretty heartbreaking so far. So do I give up all my treasures to draw? I guess. I didn't have to do it then, though. I could do it on my turn. There's no reason to do it there. I've made fun of people for that play before, but that was my bad. No flyer. No flyers. I guess we have to make one and try to block. Dude, just the cards we needed got buried, that's all. We only drew one Vanishing Verse, no Blood in the Snows, and no Kayas. That's really all you can say about it. Let's see, if we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 from this. Yep, it's lethal. It's lethal as long as they attack with everything, and they should. So, call it. Call the jam. The trample will get you. All right, twitchy, merchanty, slow hand on the draw, but at least I have a Kaya this time. Ooh, nice curve. What a filler. Luminarch Aspirant. Aspirant! We'll chill for the chump block, then Deadly Dispute. Then we'll probably play Merchant, then Kaya. It'll be fun. I think we can go ahead and get Confront the Past. Although, our Kaya, will it get exiled? Probably not. Not in this format, right? Weird. So they use that to evaluate whether or not I really wanted to learn, and then we blow that play up with the Deadly Dispute. Feels good. Feels very good. Now I got a 1/4. See if the opponent adds another creature this turn to put us under pressure. My turn. Feels mean. Feels like they got something up their sleeve. So we don't want to go for the ghost form counter because they might just blow up the merchant in response. So let's go ahead and minus and exile the ass pirate. Plumb the Forbidden. In a deck without many creatures. Interesting. I mean, do they have a hasty something? They don't even have a creature land out. I'm gonna hit them. Not holding back. Not playing around absolutely nothing. I can't even think of what I'm playing around. Aspire Tribal. Arr. More land. Okay.
Here, let me help.
Trying to get all of my snow lands out in case they have a Redain. Anyway, we're ready for you now. Protect this, and then maybe we get to exile something? We got a reader. Wait, this card does who? This card is what? Dwarf Citizen, baby. Vanishing Verse, good choice. Can't sacrifice itself. The cards, man. The cards just feel like they never end when you're doing this stuff. Uh-oh. They found Starnheim Unleashed. Or Doomscar. They might be crazy enough for that nonsense. Alright, well, they get to kill Kaya, so we might as well keep our Professor of Sim blah blah blah. Whee! Well, they know about this. Come on back out.
Stand by. As innocent, it's the least.
I'll go ahead and also play an Eye Twitch, just in case they remove, or somehow remove two things. Eye Twitch can still block. Defend our mighty, inexorable Kaya. Another Foretell. Doomscar is going to look pretty bad against what I'm going to do. Care to dance? You want to come at me? You do? Cool. All day, baby. I can do that all day. Rawr. We're ready for the Doomscar. Go ahead. I will get another mascot exhibition with the Professor. I've got this. Heck, I don't even need the Professor to do it. Just do it with the Eye Twitch. Cleric class. All right. The twitching continues. Let's see if it's another Doomscar, shall we? And suddenly the clerics are coming together. Weird. Go away. Easy mode. And stay gone, she says. I love it. I love them sassy, man. I love a bit of sass. What was that? What was the, let's see the Foretell card, shall we? Oh, 187. Oh, Moida. I'd like to report a Moida. Kaya is a ghost assassin, after all. Haunting Voyage. Oh, okay. Alright, played this person. What did they play? Oh, this is a revenge game. This is a revenge game on the Rakdos deck. Now we have the cards I need. Will we draw the land is the question mark. Any learn card or land, and we're doing it. Yep, last game couldn't draw Kaya, couldn't draw Blood in the Snow. Maybe this time. Yeah? Maybe I should save that for a dragon, but iTwitch can be a pain. Let's hope they needed that card to make their Deadly Visit a good card. Manual tap for 1. Nice. Oh, they're not happy. They not happy. They don't have a Vanishing Verse. We are mana screwed. Let's see if they are mana screwed. All right, let's get in there. Let's get a little piece of the action. What you cooking with? Wow, it was the Deadly Dispute. We blew up their Deadly Dispute play. Okay, so if we take their Fireblade Charger, they'll just play a red and then play it, but it's better than them playing the Deadly Dispute and the Charger on the same turn, so we take the Charger. They'll have to wait another turn to sacrifice it if they do draw the red source. Let's try to get ahead. Their hand is full of power. Lots of power. But they don't draw the land. We shut them down by exiling the iTwitch. Revenge has been claimed. Well, we got the Gas Dispute combo. No Kaya, though. No turn 3 Kaya here. But probably good answers to a lot of things. Okay, Elderfang Disciple. You're gonna be one of those annoying Magic players who wants to make them discard all their cards. Yeah, that's how we're gonna win. When I play against those, I'm often torn because on one hand, usually discarding spot removal is the way to go and focus on things that create board presence and card advantage. So yeah, I'll give up the verse. We've got the Dispute. I guess we're down for a grind, so we just hold. No nothings. So killing this, they might just bring it back from the graveyard. Just let them have the 1/1. Focus on mana. Mana and card advantage. That's what we're gonna do. We'll just do this again. I'm down with more Deadly Disputing. We'll play the Spellbinder soon. Still no attacks, huh? Well, I got a nice stockpile of treasures. Feeling good about it. There's a Kaya. Let's have a look at this hand. What are you up to? Now we have Blood in the Snow that can get a Kaya back as well. If they don't have instant speed interaction, we might just be able to... Oh, okay. They're going to do this now? Sure. I was going to say we might be able to get a counter on the Kaya, but I guess not. Bloodchief's Thirst? It's going to be too expensive to hit Kaya right away. Do we want to play Kaya here? They can power up Haven, but Shambling Gas... Nope, Shambling Gas doesn't get in the way. Alright, we'll just play this. This also doesn't hit the Haven. They find an iTwitch. No way to kill it. I'm gonna power Haven up. Now they attack with both. Guess they're getting antsy. Let's get a counter on the Ghast. Then we'll think about blocking later. Kaya's gonna die next turn, but it will take their whole turn, all their mana. If we save the treasures as much as we can, eventually they turn into cards from Skullport Merchant.
Well, this job was a bust.
Uh-oh. Flying Caca. Good old flying eye twitch again. Eh? Yeah? Okay. Coward. Well, we can power up Haven. They'll probably block. So let's not just give them a free mascot exhibition, and let's punch away. I am not sure if they have a bunch of ways to get these cards back from the graveyard. That is my biggest concern with killing the Disciple, and why we stared at it for so long. Now we've looked at their hand, we haven't seen anything, but, I mean, do you really play this card if you don't have something to get it back? Necromancer. Nice draw. I approve this. I'm going to hold this in case they play another Elderfang Disciple. I don't want to give up the blood on the snow. Tick-tock. They didn't power up a Haven. Why not? Do they plan to block mine? Weird. Weird. That could be the play, though. It's tempting to get back a Kaya and just put another counter on this Ghast or on this Haven. I'm not doing anything else with my mana. Do I want another spirit now or later? I guess now is fine. Actually, we attack first, right? What if they power up the Haven? Be nice. Oh, I need one more snow. So we play that first. Almost cast it without having enough snow to get Kaya. Would have been very cringe. Oh, it didn't leave up the black! That's annoying. That's annoying. Now, do they have an instant speed way to kill the Kaya is what I'm waiting to see. That would have been a really nice draw for them. Now, hopefully Kaya sticks around long enough to get a counter on the Faceless Haven, so that we can trade Havens. Another Necromancer. We're gonna exile that. Okay, you want to rumble. So this says, you may cast spells from among cards in your exile that opponents own with ice counters on them. You may spend mana as though it was no sorcerer spend to cast it. And this says, when it dies or is put into exile, return it to hand. So I don't think they'll get a chance to cast this. I don't think they get a chance to cast this. Let me see if my rules knowledge is good or bad. When it dies, choose one. Okay, but we don't get the effect because it got exiled. I thought I was going to -1/-1 the Haven and kill it. So my rules knowledge was decent, but not perfect. Decent, not perfect. Kind of a goof there. Hold the blockers. Hold the land. We're still waiting for the Elderfang Disciple. And the opponent says GG. They draw land off the top. And they're going to concede to a pair of 1/1s and a Kaya. Because apparently that is a lock, and a top 100 one at that. And we are back for the post-game wraps, and here we are. The Blood Money deck indeed went out for blood. Let's check the stats powered by untap.gg. Link in the description. If you try out the companion app, it does support the channel. And overall, what I've played with this deck since kind of building it and then tuning it here and there between the stream VOD, which members of the Cool Kids Club can watch on YouTube, ad-free. Hit the join button below if you want that. But so between my stream games and the games we played today, I sat and went 6-1, 11-3 overall. That's a 79% win rate. And with the tuned version, we went 6-1 today. So I think the deck is definitely good. I think it's passed at least the sniff test for, is this the kind of thing you can do in this format and it's good? And I love that because it's different. It's not the kind of Magic we've been able to really play in a competitive sense for a while. It's nickel and dime Magic. Little bit of card here that you draw from the Merchant. Little bit of tax here from the Spellbinder. Getting a little ghost form counter on a Shambling Gas can make the difference between winning and losing. So if you like grindy Magic with a lot of little decision points, adding up small advantages over time instead of just slamming your Embercleave, your Great Henge, your I Win button card, your Emergent Ultimatum, your Yorion, then maybe this deck is exactly what you need to believe in the future of Magic again, because it certainly is an unexplored playstyle, and I think you're really going to like it. Skullport Merchant, this card in particular, showed up and shined over and over, again and again. The Sailor of Memes on the next freaking level. And Deadly Dispute and Shambling Ghast, in my opinion, is a pretty legit combo. The Eye Twitch and the Professor is some blah 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 going into the sideboard, making sure that we hit our powerful lesson cards. Loved it. So I think you can get to Mythic with this deck with a little bit of trial, error, and mastery. So enjoy it. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.